Rejected for bringing her daughter to an interview, this single mom discovered an incredible million-dollar opportunity. In the heart of a bustling suburban town, Lisa, a determined single mother, fought against the tide of economic uncertainty. Each day had become a cycle of hope and dread, as 8-year-old Mia bounced into her life with uncontainable energy, reminding Lisa of the joy in their struggles. But the weight of responsibility pressed on her. Bills piled up, opportunities slipped through her fingers, and rejections from job applications echoed like distant thunder. Things took a turn when Lisa finally landed an interview at a respected local firm. Her heart raced with a mix of excitement and anxiety. However, as luck would have it, she found herself in a pinch for childcare. With no babysitter in sight, she made the bold decision to bring Mia along, convinced that her daughter's spirit would foster humanity in a world defined by professionalism. "Mommy, are we going to meet my new friends?" Mia chirped, her innocent enthusiasm lighting up the closest space, but the enthusiasm faded when the hiring manager, a tall man in an intimidating blazer, looked her over and shook his head. "It's unprofessional to bring your daughter to an interview," he remarked coldly, waving her away as if sending her and Mia back to the fringes of society. Pain ripped through Lisa like a knife. The rejection stung deeper than any before, suffocating her ambition and igniting the raw fuel of determination in her heart. "Mommy, I know you're trying so hard," Mia whispered, squeezing Lisa's hand. But the hunger for a better life began to feel impossible. Tears prickled at the edges of Lisa's eyes. Yet, just as she thought she'd drown in despair, her neighbors began to rally. Mrs. Ramirez offered to babysit on days when Lisa had job interviews. The Johnson kids shared schoolwork tips, pointing out local job leads that were perfect for her skills. Community spirit crept in, reminding her she wasn't alone in this fight. But as Lisa navigated the roller coaster of job hunting, its emotional toll trickled down to her relationship with Mia. One evening, after accepting a part-time position at the local community center, a misunderstanding turned into a painful confrontation. "Mommy, you love your job more than me," Mia sobbed, her small frame trembling with hurt. In that moment, the weight of ambition felt like a heavy chain around Lisa's heart. Days passed, and then Lisa's encounter with the hiring manager haunted her. Gathering deep breaths, she stood tall. "You don't get to decide how I raise my child," she declared, pouring all her heartbreak into every syllable. Unbeknownst to her, Mia had been working on a school project, a heartfelt video tribute capturing her mother's strength and love. When it went viral, the world reacted, and job offers poured in like rain after a drought. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. As Lisa stood on the edge of newfound opportunities, the stakes had never been higher. The community was flooding her newfound success with love, but Mia felt increasingly overshadowed. How could she make sense of it all? Lisa was torn between the promise of a brighter future and the precious bond with her daughter. With opportunity knocking at the door, would Lisa find a way to balance chasing her dreams while nurturing the irreplaceable connection with Mia? The heaviness lingered as she prepared for what lay ahead, unsure of the path she would choose. With the taste of success sweet on her lips, Lisa felt the weight of anticipation crashing down around her. She had spent countless hours perfecting her resume, networking, and dreaming of a better life, and now it was finally within reach. But in the glow of opportunity, she sensed the shadows looming, especially on the horizon of her relationship with Mia. Mia was different since the video went viral. Her peers treated her like a tiny celebrity, and teachers marveled at her project's emotional depth. At first, Lisa was proud, bursting with joy at her daughter's creativity and courage. But soon, she noticed Mia's growing bitterness. Every time Lisa received a congratulation on the response to the video or was invited to speak at community events, Mia's face would cloud over, her smile dropping as quickly as it appeared. "Mommy, can I come with you to your meeting today?" Mia's hopeful eyes bore into Lisa's soul as they sat together on the couch. For a brief moment, Lisa considered it, wishing she could share this part of her life with her daughter. But then she remembered the last time, the rejection lurking in the depths of her mind like a shark waiting for its chance. "I wish you could, sweetie," Lisa began, searching for the right words. "But this is important for me and for us." Mia's enthusiasm wilted in an instant. "Important for you, but not for me," she shouted, the hurt in her voice piercing through the small room. With that, she stormed off, slamming her bedroom door closed with a reverberating thud that resonated in Lisa's heart. Sitting alone, Lisa felt the rift growing wider. The weight of being a mother and a career-driven woman pressed down hard, and she battled with the familiar feeling of falling short. She couldn't escape her guilt. Every triumphant moment felt dulled by the love she had yet to fully nurture in Mia. Days passed like this, an emotional tug-of-war that left both of them drained. Each new offer came with strings of obligation meetings, webinars, and public appearances. Every chance to advance her career meant less time with Mia, and Lisa felt like she was teetering on a tightrope, desperately trying to balance her aspirations with her daughter's needs. Then, the night of the big community event arrived. It was an opportunity to showcase her skills and declare her professional rebirth. But as Lisa donned her elegant outfit and brushed on the last touches of makeup, she glanced into Mia's room. The door was partly ajar, and she could see her daughter curled up on the bed, shrouded in shadow and discontent. "Hey, Mia." Lisa stepped into the room, heart heavy. "I really wish you could come with me tonight." Her voice almost quivered. Mia mumbled, deliberately avoiding eye contact. Lisa sighed, unsure what to do. "What if I make a promise? I'll take you with me to the next event, and we can celebrate together." Mia turned her head just enough to reveal a tear glistening on her cheek. "You promise?" "Of course," Lisa said, kneeling beside her. "You mean the world to me. I want us to be in this together." Mia nodded, but the flicker of hope was tiny, more like a spark than a flame. As Lisa left the room, she knew resolving this conflict would take more than promises. The event turned out brilliantly. As Lisa spoke, she felt confidence wash over her, fueling a fire burning deep within. Each applause reminded her of the power she could harness, but with every round of applause, there was Mia's face a reminder of the personal victory still eluding her. Back home, Lisa rifled through her notes, but the excitement was overshadowed by a looming question. Had she sacrificed too much already? Just as that thought settled in, a notification appeared on her phone, and her heart skipped a beat. It was a message from Mia's teacher, a glowing recommendation for Mia's artwork to be exhibited at a local gallery. But was this enough to mend the growing divide between them? As Lisa stared at the screen, a wave of resolve washed over her. It was time for her to take action, face her fears, and prioritize what truly mattered, even as the calls for her professional life surged around her. How could she turn this moment into a bridge, not a barrier, for her and Mia? With so much at stake, it was now or never. Would Lisa find the courage not just to chase her dreams but to ensure Mia was beside her every step of the way? The morning sun poured through the kitchen window, casting warm light across the table where Lisa sat, her resolve still buzzing in her chest. Today was a new day, and she needed to act. She barely touched her breakfast, a cascade of thoughts swirling in her mind like leaves caught in a brisk autumn breeze. Mia's teacher had recognized her daughter's talent, and that was monumental. But the praise didn't just stop there, it was also a chance to reconnect. This could be their bridge. "Mia!" she called out, her voice tinged with hopeful excitement. "Can you come down for a moment?" There was silence for a heartbeat, then the soft creak of footsteps descending the stairs. Mia appeared, hair tousled and eyes still heavy with sleep. She leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed defensively. Lisa's heart sank at the sight. She could see the remnants of last night's tears lingering, even in the brightness of the morning. "Mama?" Mia's voice was small, hesitant, Lisa paused, searching for the right words, the way she practiced in front of a mirror dozens of times. I got some news from your teacher, she started, trying to keep her tone light, yet earnest. Your artwork has been recommended to be showcased at a gallery. Isn't that amazing? Mia blinked slowly, processing the information as if it were a secret code that didn't quite make sense. Really? A gallery? There was a flicker of excitement, but it quickly dimmed. But no one cares about my art anymore. I'm just your daughter now. Not the girl who made the video. Lisa felt a sharp ache in her chest. Mia's defensiveness wrapped around her like barbed wire. Sweetheart, that's not true. You're so much more than just my daughter. Your art means something, and I want to celebrate that with you. Mia shifted her weight, eyes downcast. But you're busy with your meetings, your new job, she mumbled. I doubt you'll want to take me. No. Lisa stood, urgency propelling her forward. I'm making a choice today. You and I will go together. This is important for both of us. I want to be there for you. Mia's face brightened slightly, but her doubt was heavy. You promise? Absolutely. We'll find ways to support each other. I swear. Hope sparkled in Mia's eyes, yet Lisa could sense her daughter was still holding back. What if people love you more than me, Mom? She asked, her voice trembling. What if I'm just in your shadow? Lisa knelt to meet Mia's gaze, forcing herself to breathe through the tightness in her chest. Mia, we're a team. You think I'm not scared too? Stepping out on that stage, sharing my story, it terrifies me. But I do it because I love the work I've done and the chance to inspire others. And guess what? You inspire me every day. A small smile teased the corner of Mia's mouth, hesitant but present. You really want to take me with you? More than anything, Lisa said, feeling the rush of warmth in her chest. Let us show them both our art tonight, it's time we shine together. As they shared a tentative hug, a sense of comfort settled between them. It may not have erased the tension completely, but it certainly lifted a weight. Later, as Lisa prepared for the exhibition, she caught glimpses of Mia's artwork scattered across the dining table. Each piece was a window into Mia's world: vivid colors, bold strokes, raw emotion. This was real heart, real talent. Just as she was ready to leave, a notification chimed on her phone. A message from her new boss flashed across the screen, words promising big advancements, but it felt different this time. All at once, the thrill fizzled out as she stared at the screen. Mom. Mia's voice interrupted her thoughts. Are you coming? Lisa closed her eyes and took a breath. The choice lay before her, shimmering with light. She could sprint toward personal ambitions or take the time to nurture the precious bond they both needed to heal. Would she dare to prioritize a future where they both thrived? As she moved to join Mia, shadows intertwined with promises of hope. It was time to redefine success, but could she truly balance dreams and family? The door creaked open, but Lisa paused, clutching the edge with a trembling hand, fully aware that tonight's exhibition was only the beginning. What would it mean for both of them? Lisa felt a wave of warmth as she stepped outside, Mia's hand clasped tightly in hers. The evening air was crisp, tinged with a hint of excitement that felt electric. The gallery loomed ahead like a beacon, its lights bright against the darkening sky. Lisa couldn't help but steal glances at her daughter, sensing a mix of anticipation and anxiety swirling within her. Do you think people will like my art? Mia's voice was barely above a whisper, the question thick with vulnerability. Of course they will, Lisa replied, her heart aching at the uncertainty in Mia's tone. Your artwork is beautiful. It's so full of life. Mia nodded, but the hesitation lingered in her eyes. As they entered the gallery, the buzz of conversation and the hum of music engulfed them. People mingled, laughter mingling with soft melodies that floated through the air. Lisa inhaled deeply, drawing strength from the environment, trying to absorb the warmth radiating from the room, they moved through the crowd, Lisa guiding Mia toward a corner where a small canvas captured everyone's attention. "Look!" she exclaimed, pointing at the vibrant piece Mia had painted about her dream of flying. The colors were bold and inviting, and it resonated with a sense of freedom. "That's yours. Let us stand right here so they can see it." Mia glanced around, a mix of pride and anxiety etched on her features. Lisa could see her daughter's fingers fiddling nervously with the hem of her shirt. "What if they don't notice me?" she asked, the tremor in her voice echoing against the gallery walls. Lisa crouched to be at eye level with Mia, her voice filled with conviction. "Mia, this is about you. You created something incredible. Just being here is a step forward. No matter what happens tonight, you're amazing for sharing your talent." Before Mia could respond, someone stepped in front of them. A tall man with thick-rimmed glasses adjusted his stance, his expression one of admiration as he took in the artwork. "You must be the artist," he said, directing his gaze at Mia. "This piece is fantastic, full of emotion." Mia's eyes widened. "You really think so?" "Absolutely." The man replied, his enthusiasm infectious. "What inspired you to create this?" Mia's confidence sparked for a brief moment. "It's about wanting to break free. To feel the wind beneath my wings." Lisa beamed, watching the conversation unfold. There was something so special in seeing Mia recognized for her passion, her unique voice finding an audience. Suddenly, the world around them seemed to shrink until it was just Mia and this stranger, caught in a moment of artistry. As the man complimented Mia's vision, Lisa felt her heart swell. She realized this was the moment she had hoped for, the reconnection they desperately needed. But just as she cherished the scene before her, another text notification vibrated in her pocket, pulling Lisa abruptly back into her own swirling reality. Casting a glance at her phone, she saw it was from her boss, a reminder of an important meeting tomorrow that she had pushed aside in her mind. Panic momentarily surged through her. Could she really juggle this once-in-a-lifetime journey for her daughter while keeping her own work ambitions afloat? "Mama?" Mia's voice snapped her back, rooted in concern. "Yes, love. I'm right here," Lisa reassured her, though her mind was racing. Mia chewed on her lower lip. "Are you okay?" Lisa realized Mia's eyes sparkled with hope but also held a hint of worry, an echo of Lisa's own internal struggle. "I'm just trying to absorb everything. I promise, tonight is about us," she said, grounding her emotions. But as the crowd inched closer, Lisa felt that tug she couldn't shake off. The pressure to excel in every role she occupied, as a mother and as a professional, seemed to loom over her like a shadow. Would she always be caught in the crossfire, or would tonight change everything? A couple of guests acknowledged Mia's artwork, sending encouraging smiles. Their excitement was a whirlwind of reasons to keep going, to embrace this moment because they deserved it. "Mama, can we talk to more people?" Mia asked, shifting her focus back to the gallery. "Absolutely," Lisa replied, determination flooding her voice. They walked hand in hand, ready to step into the moment together. But in the back of Lisa's mind, the nagging question lingered: what if she couldn't find her footing in both worlds? Maybe tonight was a turning point. Perhaps it was a sign that they could flourish together if only she could figure out how. As they moved towards another group, Lisa took a deep breath, realizing that this night was a turning point not just for Mia, but for them as a duo. Would they find their way forward in this chaotic journey of art, ambition, and family? The answer lay ahead, waiting to be discovered in the light of their shared moment. As they approached the next group, the buzz of conversation swirled around them like a warm embrace. Lisa felt Mia's grip tighten, a reflection of her own mixed emotions. They stepped into the small circle, surrounded by artists and admirers thicker than the paint on Mia's canvas. "Hi. This is my daughter, Mia. She painted that beautiful piece over there," Lisa introduced, pride flooding her words. A woman with curly hair and bright earrings turned, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Oh, that's yours? It's stunning." How old are you, Mia? I'm 15, Mia said, her voice steadier than before. Lisa saw the light in her daughter's eyes, a spark ignited by recognition. 15 and already creating such magic. The woman marveled. What do you want to be when you grow up? Mia hesitated, glancing at Lisa for support. But Lisa simply nodded, encouraging her to find her voice. I think I want to be an artist, Mia finally said, her confidence strengthening. I love to create things that make people feel. Art is such a powerful way to express yourself, the woman replied. Have you thought about how you'll pursue it? School, maybe. Mama said I could apply to art school, Mia responded, glancing at Lisa, who felt both pride and trepidation. That sounds wonderful. You should absolutely go for it, the woman continued, her enthusiasm contagious. There's a great future waiting for you, especially with talent like this. Mia smiled timidly, her cheeks flushed as she soaked in the validation. Lisa's heart swelled with joy, but an undercurrent of fear still churned within her. What if Mia's dreams were too big? Could she really support her daughter through the challenges ahead? Mia, can I get your contact info? The woman asked, rummaging through her bag. I'd love to keep in touch and help you any way I can. Oh, sure. Mia exclaimed, her face lighting up. As they exchanged information, Lisa stepped back slightly, allowing Mia to take center stage. She watched her daughter, a girl on the brink of blossoming into the artist she dreamed of being. But amidst the joy, anxiety raced through Lisa like a current. What would happen when this night ended, and the weight of reality returned to their lives? Mama, Mia called out, suddenly breaking Lisa's contemplative state. Look, she wants to help me. I see. That's amazing, honey. Lisa exclaimed, forcing her anxiety to settle into a tight smile. Just as they were moving deeper into the crowd, a familiar figure stepped into view. It was Lisa's boss, Craig. He scanned the room with a look of urgency on his face. Lisa's stomach dropped. She wasn't ready to face him, especially not tonight. She hadn't seen him since she had requested time off, time meant for mother and daughter, for art and hope. Mama, are you okay? Mia's concerned voice broke through Lisa's thoughts. Just keep talking. I'll be right back, Lisa whispered, her heart racing as she wove through the crowd toward Craig. He had a reputation for being unforgiving, and she braced herself for the inevitable disappointment. Mia's doing great, huh? Craig smiled, but Lisa sensed the underlying tension in his voice. We need to talk about the project deadlines. Tonight's not the best time, Craig. Can we discuss it later? Lisa said, forcing calmness into her tone. He leaned in, eyebrows raised. I get it, but you know it's important. I had to question your commitment when you asked for time off. Lisa's heart pounded as his words twisted inside her. All she wanted was to support Mia, to give her the moment she needed. But what if I fail? She thought, glancing back at her daughter in the distance, surrounded by warmth and inspiration. Mia's brilliance is worth fighting for, she whispered to herself. Your time here is vital, Craig continued, oblivious to her internal struggle. As she listened, a decision unfurled inside Lisa. She had always felt torn, but maybe tonight was the night to take a step forward in claiming her space, not just as a mother but as a woman with dreams too. Mama! Come see! Mia's voice cut through the crowd, pulling Lisa's focus back. Her daughter's joyful expectation was like a lighthouse in a stormy sea. Lisa paused, a transformative resolve settling within her. I'll find a way, she thought, and for the first time, she felt it was possible. As she turned, ready to reconnect with Mia, a sense of unity blossomed inside her. But there was one lingering thought: could she really balance everything she wanted while supporting Mia's dreams? With that, they drifted toward another group, excitement filling the air, but uncertainty still nagging at Lisa. The night was just beginning, and the future loomed ahead, bright yet intimidating. Would tonight help her find the courage to embrace both her ambitions and Mia's, the answer danced just out of reach, waiting to reveal itself in this whirlwind of colors and dreams. Lisa took a deep breath, letting Mia's excitement wash over her as they rejoined the enthusiastic group. The buzz of the night enveloped them, a comforting veil that made it easier to momentarily forget her worries. She reached for Mia, wrapping an arm around her shoulder. It was a small gesture, but it filled her with warmth and a sense of purpose. "Look at all the people excited about your art," Lisa said, smiling down at Mia. "You're the star of the show." Mia beamed back, her confidence shining brighter than the gallery lights. "Can you believe it? They actually like it." Her eyes sparkled, and Lisa could feel her joy resonate in her own heart. Before long, the crowd transitioned to a new area of the gallery, this one adorned with larger canvases, vibrant scenes of life captured in thick strokes. A cluster of people stood in front of a breathtaking painting of a sunset reflected on a lake, colors meshed beautifully, inviting observers to step into the tranquility of the moment. "Wow, that's beautiful!" Mia exclaimed, pointing. "Maybe one day I can paint landscapes like that." "You already paint beautifully, Mia," Lisa assured her, but a knot twisted tight in her stomach. What if this was just the beginning of her daughter's longing for success, a road filled with obstacles that might overshadow her light? As they moved away from the landscapes, Mia's enthusiasm caught Lisa off guard. She was pulled into a vibrant conversation about an abstract piece that had generated quite a buzz. Laughter erupted, and Mia's voice echoed with wonder as she joined discussions about color theory and artistic techniques. Lisa watched, emotions swirling. There was a mixture of pride, joy, and a tinge of regret. Regret for not pursuing her own passions, for putting her dreams on hold. For so many years, she had sacrificed her ambitions for stability, her job, her routine. But tonight, she saw how that sacrifice had shaped a confident girl standing tall in the midst of aspiring artists. "Mama, can you tell them about the mural project we did in the community center?" Mia asked excitedly. "Sure, honey," Lisa replied, her heart swelling with excitement at the thought of sharing their experience. They had collaborated, bonding as they transformed a dull wall into a masterpiece. "We created a mural that reflected our neighborhood, filled with bright colors and stories." As Lisa spoke, she noticed a small group nodding with interest. She described the experience in detail, emphasizing collaboration and community, but deep down, she felt the familiar tension tugging at her. Would sharing her story lead to questions about her work? Would Craig's heavy presence suddenly darken the room again? Near the end of her tale, one of the listeners chimed in, "You should start showcasing work like that. It combines art and community, and that's so compelling." Mia's eyes widened. "Yeah. Mom, we could do more projects together." At that moment, Lisa felt the shift inside her. This was a sign, an uncharacteristic burst of energy urging her to embrace both her dreams and Mia's. Who said she had to choose? "Maybe we can," Lisa chuckled, squeezing Mia's shoulder. She felt a flicker of hope. The thought that maybe they could blend their desires sparked excitement in her heart. Suddenly, a sharp voice cut through the chatter, drawing everyone's attention. It was Craig, standing by the entrance, arms crossed. His gaze landed squarely on Lisa, reading her every expression. No sign of warmth, just scrutiny. "Mia, can I talk to you for a second?" Craig said, his eyes flashing. Lisa's heart sank, a pang of anxiety hitting her like a wave. She knew this moment was coming, yet it felt unfair that it intruded on Mia's joyful experience. "What does he want?" Mia whispered, confusion plastered on her face. Lisa's stomach twisted again. "Just be brave, okay?" She whispered back. As Mia reluctantly approached Craig, Lisa felt an urge to step in, to shield her daughter from the storm coming their way. Would Craig's words crush Mia's newfound confidence? And then it hit her like a lightning bolt. What if she spoke up? "Mia's doing incredible work here, and I won't let anyone dim her light," Lisa thought defiantly. She stepped forward, her heart racing, ready to protect what they had nurtured. This was not just about Mia, it was about her too, about standing strong through it all. With each determined step toward Craig, her resolve boiled over. The night held promise, but Lisa's heart teetered on the edge of fear and empowerment. How would she fight for them both? The night was turning, and the storm brewing just ahead promised to force a decision, one that could push them into a new journey where dreams intertwined. Was she ready? The answer awaited her in the charged air, as the tension hung thick and heavy, promising change in the most unpredictable of forms. Lisa squared her shoulders, feeling a surge of energy pulse through her. With Mia's bright future hanging in the balance, she needed to act. Craig, standing rigidly with brows furrowed, seemed to radiate negativity, a stark contrast to the vibrant atmosphere of artistry all around them. Mia's talent is something to be celebrated, Lisa said, her voice cutting through the noise, firm and unwavering. You don't get to take that away from her. Surprised murmurs rippled through the crowd. People turned to watch, colorful canvases fading into the background as all eyes focused on this unexpected confrontation. Lisa's heart thudded loudly in her chest, uncertainty and fear stared back at her, but she pressed on. Craig's expression morphed into a mixture of annoyance and disbelief. This is not the place for your fantasies, Lisa. You should know your boundaries. Keep it professional. Tension thickened the air, leaving Lisa's hands trembling, but there was no turning back now. She felt the weight of the watching crowd, their collective breath seemed to hold as they awaited Craig's next move or hers. With each heartbeat, fire brewed inside her. Professional? This is about more than work, Craig. This is about Mia's passion, she shot back, taking a step closer, as if to shield Mia with her own presence. She deserves to be here, sharing her art with the world, not cowering under your shadow. The silence hung, a blanket of anticipation that made the moment feel both electric and heavy. Lisa's eyes never left Craig's, and she could see cracks appearing in his stoic demeanor. For too long, she had let his words bind her, suffocate her dreams. She was done. Mia stood beside her, gripping her mother's arm, bewildered but bright-eyed, feeling the weight of both their hopes uplifted by Lisa's words. And if I want to work with Mia, to support her? Why shouldn't I? Lisa continued, her voice steady but softening for her daughter's sake. We have something special. You can't take that from us. Craig glanced around, absorbing the curious stares of onlookers and the distance growing between him and the celebration of art. A flicker of uncertainty passed across his face. Lisa seized the moment. You should be proud of her. This is all because of our hard work together. Mia turned to Lisa, wide-eyed and filled with admiration. She had never seen her mom stand up so boldly, and it filled her with warmth, pride blooming in her chest. Craig huffed, the tension in his shoulders sagging slightly, but he fixed Lisa with a challenging glare. You're making a scene, Lisa. Don't think this changes anything. Maybe it changes everything, Lisa shot back, and the words felt powerful, sweeping away years of doubt. Before Craig could respond, a friendly voice called out from the crowd. Hey, we love your mural project. You should do more with Lisa. The audience chimed in, supportive murmurs filling the air. Laughter, enthusiasm, hope. They rallied behind her, affirming her stance. The gallery seemed to come alive with newfound energy, and even Craig's hardened exterior wavered in the light of collective encouragement. I'm proud of you both, an older woman spoke up, tears glistening in her eyes. Your art brings beauty to our community. Mia beamed up at her mother, her cheeks flushed with a mix of exhilaration and bravery. Lisa's heart swelled, each word from the crowd fueling her courage. She flipped the narrative in the room, and with it came a sense of empowerment she had almost forgotten existed. Craig shifted uncomfortably, his facade cracking as Lisa locked eyes with him one more time. His expression was unreadable, but Lisa felt a shift beneath the weight of his presence. This battle may have shifted in their favor, and suddenly, with the glow of the gallery lights warming her, a shocking thought crossed Lisa's mind. What if this confrontation opened a door she had always been too afraid to walk through? What if she whispered to herself, heart racing as her mind danced through possibilities? But before she could finish her thought, a stunning painting caught her eye, one that mirrored their emotions, a canvas full of vibrant colors, bold strokes that spoke of resilience and hope. "Mom, what if we showed them our next project? We can bring our mural to life again." Mia's voice rang with potential, pulling Lisa back to the moment. "Yes," a man from the crowd shouted, enthusiasm threading through the responses. The seeds of a dream began to sprout, but just then, the air shifted once more. Craig's eyes locked on Lisa with a new intensity, a muscle in his jaw ticking. The night was far from over, and there were still battles to be fought. How would this newfound courage shape their future? And more importantly, what would Craig's reaction be now, with the crowd united behind them? As the air crackled with tension and possibility, Lisa felt the winds of change blowing strong, urging her to take a leap that could redefine everything. Would she find the strength to follow through? The answer hovered just out of reach, waiting for them to find it together. Mia's words dropped into the air like a stone tossed into still water, and in that moment, Lisa could feel the ripples of possibility shift around her. The crowd's excitement began to swell, igniting something deep within her. It wasn't just about the project anymore, it was about their future, about breaking free from the chains that held them both captive. "Together, we can do this," Lisa finally said, her voice steady and filled with resolve. "Let us create something that represents who we are, our struggles, and our triumphs." Mia's eyes sparkled as she looked up at Lisa, disbelief mixed with hope gleaming in her gaze. "You really think we can show them?" "Absolutely," Lisa replied, a smile breaking across her face. "We'll prove to everyone, especially to Craig, that our art has power." As the excitement ran through the crowd, Lisa noticed the tension in Craig's posture slacken further. Doubt now danced in his eyes. "You think you can just waltz in with your little mural project and undo everything?" "Not just a mural," Lisa corrected, stepping into the line of fire. "An experience. A celebration of art and community where everyone has a voice. It's what Mia deserves, and it's time you realize how much her light can shine." The crowd erupted with cheers and claps, and in that moment, Lisa felt like a warrior backed by a legion. Craig's face mottled with anger and frustration, but a flicker of fear lingered beneath his hardened exterior. The dreams Lisa nurtured in the quiet corners of her heart began lifting off the ground, soaring into the collective motivation around her. "Unbelievable," he muttered, shaking his head as though trying to dispel the uprising presented before him. "Fine. But you'll need support, real support. Not just the whispers of a crowd." "And we will find it," Mia chimed in, emboldened. Her voice rang with youthful vigor, echoing through the gallery. "We'll find artists and supporters who want to help us." Lisa could barely keep up with the enthusiasm of the crowd as they began shouting ideas, suggestions bubbling up all around them. There were whispers about local cafes and community centers, gatherings of artists eager to collaborate. It was as if a whole world had opened up right before them, bursting with color and energy, yet amid the whirlwind of positivity, the reality of Craig loomed like a shadow. He stood rigid, but not quite as assured as he had before. Lisa felt more than saw the shifting feelings within him, confusion wrestling with his need for control. "Do you know what this means?" he asked, voice dangerously soft. "The time and money invested into this." "It means everything," Lisa blurted out, heart racing. "It means Mia can shine and inspire others just as fiercely as you've wanted." Craig's expression hardened again, but this time with an undercurrent of uncertainty. "Art is a business, Lisa. You need to remember that." "Maybe that's where your mistake lies, Craig," Lisa replied, determined. "Art isn't just a business, it's our voice. It's where we find who we are. It's about connection." For a brief moment, the two locked eyes, a silent battle raging between them. Could he really understand? Would he let her break free, or would his need to control crush their hopes? In that standoff, a wave of laughter erupted from the crowd, bringing Lisa back to the moment. A child was painting with bold strokes on a piece of scrap paper, completely immersed and oblivious to the adult debates around her. The innocence and unabashed passion tugged at Lisa's heart. "Well, how are we going to do this?" she asked Mia, her voice barely above a whisper, but filled with excitement. "We start local," Mia beamed. "Let us gather artists we know, and make a plan. We can show everyone what we can do when we all come together." But before she could finish, Craig interjected sharply. "And what if I decide to pull the funding?" Gasps erupted from the crowd, and Lisa's heart sank at the threat posed. She took a deep breath, searching for her own footing in the face of potential disaster. Fear creeping in wasn't an option, not now. With determination surging inside her, she turned to him. "Then we will find a way without you. We have people, Craig. We have each other." Mia smiled brightly at her mother, and the energy shifted. Hearts began to beat faster, excitement blossoming anew. The crowd rallied around them, creating a protective barrier against the looming threat. Craig's grip on authority weakened. Would Lisa and Mia truly be able to forge ahead, even if Craig pulled the plug on their dreams? As the atmosphere buzzed around them, hope glimmered on the horizon. The night was still young, and their fight had only just begun. What would be the next move for Lisa and Mia? Then, glaring into the depths of possibility, Lisa felt a shiver of doubt. Was it just courage that would be enough to carry them through? Or would they need to uncover something deeper? The crowd surged around Lisa and Mia, laughter and shouts intertwining with their growing determination. It was a beautiful chaos, a symphony of creativity waiting to be born. Yet, in the back of Lisa's mind, Craig's words echoed, insistent and haunting. What if he really went through with it? What if he pulled the funding out from under them? Shaking off her doubts, Lisa knelt down to Mia's level, their eyes locking in that familiar way, the intimacy of mother and daughter. "We need to make a list," Lisa said, her excitement bubbling again. "Let us write down all the artists we know, folks who would want to support us." Mia's brow furrowed as she thought, then her face lit up. "What about Mrs. Taylor? She has that amazing group at the community center. And Tommy, he's South awesome with those street murals." Oh, and, together, they brainstormed, and each name tossed into their growing list reignited smiles on their faces. The crowd's energy became an anchor, grounding them in their shared mission. Lisa felt the warmth of hope swell in her chest, but just as they began to settle into their planning, Craig's voice sliced through the excitement like a blade. "This is all just talk. You need concrete evidence of interest. You can't just assume people will support you." Gritting her teeth, Lisa's heart raced. "We have to start somewhere, Craig, and it starts with passion. If we don't chase this now, we might never get the chance." "Passion won't pay the bills," he shot back, folding his arms, a stubborn look etched on his face. The crowd's mood shifted slightly, uncertainty creeping into the air as they looked from Lisa to Craig. Taking a deep breath, Lisa shot Mia a reassuring glance. She wasn't backing down, not now. "You're wrong," she said firmly. "It's passion that drives art, and art is what brings communities together." She looked around at the people who had rallied behind them, all drawn in by the dreams being whispered into reality. "Doesn't anyone want to join us?" Tim's voice emerged from the back of the room, filled with enthusiasm. "Count me in. I've been waiting for something like this." His declaration was met with a chorus of agreement. The ripple effect cascaded in waves, others chimed in, offering their support with enthusiasm that filled the room. Lisa felt the weight of Craig's stare, a mix of disbelief and growing concern. As if he was grappling with the very idea of losing control over something he once held as his own. Lisa knew this feeling well. It was the familiar pang of anticipation that came before a leap of faith. She needed to keep that momentum going. "Then let us gather everyone this weekend," she shouted, her voice rising above the din. "An artists' meeting at the park. Everyone bring their ideas. We'll plan a project everyone can contribute to." The crowd roared back in agreement, energy flowing freely. Lisa could see Mia beaming, surrounded by newfound allies. It was happening. They were igniting a spark. Seems like you have your answer, Craig challenged once more, eyebrows arching. But you better hope the reality matches your daydreams, he warned, his tone curt. The moment felt charged, fraught with tension as Craig's posture remained resolute, almost like a wall against their enthusiasm. But Lisa had faith. She could feel it thrumming through her veins. Every heartbeat echoed with potential and the promise of change. As the crowd began to disperse, sheer excitement buzzed in the air. Suddenly, Mia tugged at Lisa's sleeve. "Mom, do you think we can really do this?" "Yes," Lisa said decisively, a warmth enveloping her heart as she knelt by Mia again. "Together, we can." But just as relief washed over her, a small voice emerged from behind them, soft but piercing. "What if something goes wrong? What if we fail?" Lisa turned to see Tim, anxiety playing on his face. The question hung heavy between them, a potent mix of fear and doubt. Somewhere, deep in Lisa's gut, the familiar twist of uncertainty curled like smoke. What if they did fail? The stakes were higher now, and with them came the weight of responsibility. No longer just a project, it was about Mia, their community, and the fragile hopes hanging in the balance. Swallowing her nerves, she looked back at Mia and then around at the faces of the crowd. But what if we succeed? Mia's eyes sparkled again, reflecting a powerful yearning that Lisa fought for each day. As they drifted away from the gallery, the atmosphere crackled with possibility. But looming ever closer was Craig's tight grip. Would this movement of art and community break through the barriers he represented? That question hung between them, waiting for an answer as they stepped into the unknown. The sun shone brightly the next morning, warming the small burst of hope that had taken root in Lisa's heart. Today was the day they would gather all the artists, all the dreamers, and channel the energy from last night into something real. Lisa could still feel the rush of adrenaline from standing up to Craig, the empowerment echoing in her spirit. "Mama, are you ready?" Mia's voice broke through Lisa's thoughts, almost pulling her from the reverie of dreams and possibilities. The excitement in her daughter's tone ignited something deep within her. "Absolutely." She grinned, heart brimming with a mix of anticipation and nerves. "Let us go get them." Together, they headed to the park. Each step felt lighter with purpose, and the world around them buzzed with energy. Trees swayed gently above, carefree children played nearby, and every stranger they passed seemed to exude support. The air felt different, welcoming. As they arrived, the cozy park was a canvas waiting for vibrant strokes of collaboration. Artists gathered in small clusters, their voices peppered with enthusiasm, anticipation painting the atmosphere thick. Lisa felt a rush of pride as she recognized their faces: neighbors, supporters, and allies ready to join their cause. "Mia!" A familiar voice called, and Lisa watched as Tommy sprinted over, carrying a stack of brightly colored markers. "I brought my supplies. Are we going to paint a mural?" Mia's eyes lit up. "Yes. We are." Lisa chuckled softly at the innocence and excitement. This was exactly the energy they needed. She stood tall, chest swelling with pride as she prepared to speak to the gathered crowd. "Hey, everyone!" she called out, heart racing. "Thank you all for coming together today." The chatter faded, and the crowd turned to her, bright-eyed and expectant. Mia stood beside her, radiating inspiration. Together, they dove into their shared vision. "We want to create an art piece that represents our community, a mural that captures our stories and dreams," Lisa declared, passion pouring from her soul. "We'll showcase everything we've been through and all we can be when we come together." The crowd erupted in applause, encouraging gasps of delight ringing through the air. Lisa saw people reach for sketchpads, scribbling ideas, while others formed small groups to discuss their contributions. It was exhilarating. What if we include symbols of our neighborhood? Landmarks, memories of the past, and hopes for the future. Someone suggested enthusiastically. Yes. Mia chimed in, fueled by the excitement around her. Can we add in nature? Like trees and flowers. Absolutely. Lisa agreed, smiling at her daughter. They were weaving their hearts into this endeavor, each brushstroke becoming more than just paint but a declaration of hope intertwined with creativity. It was art for all, bringing something special from every soul. Hours passed like quicksilver as ideas flowed freely, sketches transformed into outlines, and laughter blossomed under the sun. Allied effort wove a tapestry of friendship, the air heavy with joy and vision. Lisa took a break, stepping into the grass for a refreshing moment of clarity. She looked over at Mia, surrounded by friends, painting her dreams onto the canvas of reality. The weight she carried for so long began to ease, replaced by exhilaration. This was freedom, genuine connection and boundless support, but just as she felt the joy blanket her worries, a familiar figure loomed on the edge of the park. It was Craig, arms crossed tightly, observing with a critical eye. Lisa's heart sank momentarily, but the fire within her pushed back against doubt. "Mama?" Mia's voice called, pulling her from the whirlwind of thoughts. "Is everything okay?" "Yes. Everything is wonderful." Lisa reassured, determination swelling once more. She held her head high, acknowledging Craig's presence but refusing to let it define her anymore. The crowd had been building excitement, collaborating to create something that spoke of their hopes. "Look what we can do when we stand together," she called out, her voice strong. "No one can take that away from us." Murmurs flowed through the crowd, igniting feelings of unity. Encouraged, Lisa led Mia and the group to craft their vision onto the wall, colors splashing vibrantly as they painted their dreams for the future. Every stroke held stories. It was completely alive. As the mural began to take shape, Lisa felt hands patting her shoulder, friends affirming their encouragement. She saw smiles all around, and for the first time, doubt fluttered away. Instead of Craig's disapproval, she embraced the unyielding fire of her community, mountain building upon the peaks of hope. "Mama, look at what we're creating!" Mia exclaimed, beaming widely. Lisa turned, heart swelling, noticing their masterpiece, a celebration of dreams, love, and the strength of their bond. It shone in iridescent colors, blending their stories, capturing the very essence of growth. In that moment, she felt a rush of gratitude envelop her, a thick warmth that spread through her veins. The weight she had carried for so long was no longer hers alone to bear. "Thank you for being a light in dark times," Mia whispered, looking up at her mother with sparkling eyes. "I wouldn't trade this for anything," Lisa replied, arms enveloping Mia in a tight embrace filled with the depth of their transformed journey. As the sun dipped low, casting a golden glow on their work, Lisa knew it was time to step forward, to take their dreams to new heights together. With new energy, Lisa turned to face Craig one last time, the newfound strength inside her blossoming into clarity. "Art and community are not separate, Craig. They lift each other up. You can be part of this or step aside. We're going to shine no matter what." The crowd erupted in cheers behind her, a chorus of support rising up that swelled the air like a tide. At that moment, in the goodness of life woven into their masterpiece, Lisa felt truly empowered. They were reclaiming their story, reimagining their future. Side by side, hand in hand, Lisa and Mia stepped forth, bright-eyed and unwavering, ready to embrace all that would come their way. As they painted the final strokes, feeling the warmth of the community enveloping them, Lisa knew they had already achieved their greatest victory, the strength of love and the promise of dreams unfurling brightly before them. This was just the beginning. And with that soaring realization, she felt the world shift back into focus, ready to support them at every turn. They had fought together, dug deep, and the future awaited bright and bountiful. Echoing through all their collective hearts was the unshakable truth: together, they could paint a path filled with hope, resilience, and love, and it all began today, right here. Now that you've reached this inspiring conclusion, you need to subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Comment below your reactions and feelings about this incredible ending. And share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. This is the moment to show your support. Don't wait not even one more second.